All right, we are with a hot new author. Well, not new, but Haylie Pomroy. She's got the new book, Metabolism Revolution. Lose 14 pounds in 14 days and keep it off for life. And Lori and I have been trying to pick her brain, find out what's the science behind this. But meanwhile, just tell us who some of your star clients are.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm fortunate enough to work with a lot of people. We have thousands of people in our community. We have people that are in front of the camera, behind the camera, out on the field, and fortunate enough to call them my clients, like Jennifer Lopez and
J-Lo.
J-Lo, she is magnificent.
Inside and out, in every aspect of the word, for sure.
Who else? Because I know you get people ready for the red carpet. You mentioned NFL players as well.
Yeah, definitely. Kristen Dunst. I've worked with Margot Robbie, with the entire Johnson family, from Cookie Johnson to Magic to I'm trying to go through.
Wow.
We were just texting everybody last night, going the book launches, and if you look, they've been so incredible. They've all taken pictures with their book, and it's been really fun. It's just kind. It's just kind.
What led you to this scientific way of changing your life?
Well, the metabolism affects every aspect of your life. Definitely how you take fat and burn it for fuel. So there's a huge aspect of weight loss, but also health gain. I, myself personally, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder at 19 and was on prednisone and Cellcept, anti-rejection drugs. It was not really a great path at all. And I used food and biochemistry to hack my own body and my own body's metabolism, and was able to kind of stabilize my labs, and I worked very hard on doing that, and am completely medication free, and took that then into a clinical setting, and I've been practicing for 25 years in clinic. And then one of my clients, Mason Novick, actually that did 500 Days of Summer, you name it, Juno, was just really after me. You've got to write a book, you've got to write a book, you've got to write a book. I'm severely dyslexic. So I actually can't read my own books. I do everything audio.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm third grade, second month. When I was sitting for my graduate level degree, I got retested. But so for me to write a book was really an odd thing to do. And then my first book was a #1 New York Times best-selling book. And I'll tell you, I had like literally 150 fans on Facebook. But I had the most incredible client base that just really believed in me, and that I was able to work with and change their lives over the last week.
All right, so I want to know, give us an idea of one day, what you have for the first day on this plan.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is why we have this companion process where you work with me for 2 weeks. It's a total of 14 days. We're doing a live one starting March 12th. Join me. Join me free is the code that someone gave me right before I walked in. So,
okay, good.
But then you can do it again, automated as many times as you want to. But it's really about learning about yourself. So first we start about calculating your ideal body weight and how we find that out based on your activity level, your structure, your age, and what your desire is for your body. Then we go through and we rank your current metabolic dysfunction. So if you're not where you want to be right now, how far away are you? And then based on that, we create your own, what we call metabolism intervention. So that's a specific meal map that's designed just for your body based on it. So
calorie, well, you said you don't count calories. So it's proportions of
It
food.
is, and it's also varying the micronutrients. So each week is split in half. So it's confuse it to lose it. So you eat one part of the week you eat one way, and the second part of the week you eat another way. But it depends on what your metabolic intervention score, how you do that. So you get this meal map, and then you get this deck of cards. I make it super easy in this program. And you basically fill it all in. Now, if you want, I've already also created all the recipes that you need or that you could want.
The recipes look delicious.
They are very good, yes.
All right, does anybody have questions for Haylie?
Lizzie wants to know, will this work for a diabetic, the tips in this book?
Yes, so we have a lot of individuals that have type 2 diabetes on our community. We have very specific ideas and suggestions that we make when you're diabetic or if you've been diagnosed with diabetic, especially an individual that's either insulin dependent or they're on metformin or something of that nature. We also have a great DVD on great ways to check your blood sugar. So for example, we'll use diabetics. The one thing that happens is they go to bed at night and they take their blood sugar, and let's say it's like 128. They wake up in the morning, it's 145, and you say, well, where did you get the sugar? Unless you're sneaking in the fridge in the middle of the night. What happens to the body, especially the diabetic, their metabolism is so off that they can't take sugar up into the cell to burn it for fuel. So when we see an elevation in sugar in the morning like that, it means that you got sugar from one place and one place only. We store it in our muscle, we store it in our liver. So the body's actually breaking down those really important parts in the middle of the night if we don't feed it correctly. So with a diabetic specifically, we're checking blood sugars before you go to bed and when you wake up in the morning to make sure that we change those numbers. You should be lower in the morning than you are at night, and we use very strategic foods right before bed to adjust for that. Yes. That we do a lot of gestational diabetics, which are the most fragile with the type 2 aspect of it. And we learned a lot in that process. I was working in a clinical practice with about 20 doctors in that one, and we saw a lot of fertility. And in that, we have a lot of gestational diabetes onset with twins or triplet pregnancies. Yeah.
Joel?
Just several people asking to be reminded again, what's the name of the book?
The name of the book?
Metabolism Revolution.
It's a revolution.
Lose 14 pounds in 14 days and keep it off for life by
It's
Haylie
hot off the
Pomroy.
presses.
It is today's launch day.
So, Haley, if you read this book, will you be able to figure out what meal plan you need?
Oh yes.
So you don't need to call up somebody, have a personal relationship with you. You can figure it all out by just reading the book.
We get thousands of letters every month. It's crazy. We're getting ready to go on a tour with a public television tour, and we brought 10 people that I'd never met in my life from across the country, and we brought them actually into my kitchen, and we just said, look, we want to know what would you need, what would make this so easy and so simple for you. And through their process, which was incredible to be part of. We had an NFL player that lost over 100 pounds. Yeah. We had an amazing Amy, if you're out there, an amazing woman from Indiana that came in. We had a woman that came in from Canada. And what we learned was we want to make sure that you have the tools to make this super simple, but it has to be effective. First and foremost, I'm in clinical practice. And then I consider everybody in my community my virtual clients. So this isn't about me, this is about their journey and making sure they have the tools to success. And we've thrown it all in there, but that's why we put out our community, is because when you do things together in a community, you can't help but have success. People can lift you up when you fall, and they can inspire you to be better, and they can also give you tools that they've learned through their experience. I've had such an experience with using food as medicine for myself. And I always say I have to believe that this didn't happen for no reason, right? I'm here today because of the gift that my clients that have ginormous platforms, spoke out and said, there's something special here. We can use food. We can fall in love with food. And they had all had it with the diet industry as well, especially being in front of the camera. It's pretty vicious out there. And if you can turn towards food, but plus you have to have energy and a good mindset and a positive attitude. And we did this questionnaire. I taught a class called Outrageously Healthy, and I asked if you could have anything in your health, you know what the number one thing was? I want to have sex. And I went, whoa, because we asked them a bunch of questions. The other is I wanted to be able to sleep well, deeply. I wanted thicker hair. I wanted, all the things that you want. I see dream big and turn towards food to achieve it.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Any last comments there, Joe?
Just a lot of great shows.
Thank you.
Good, thank you.
All
And
right,
that's about it.
That's it.
Okay.
Haley Pomroy, appreciate it. Thank you so much.
This is wonderful.
Have a good day.